Good morning, everyone. Jim Laird joining you live from Nicaragua. The weather's been really weird here. I've been talking to a lot of the locals now that I can actually talk to them. Getting better. And this is weird. Like, it's been cloudy. I went to Jinatope yesterday, which is about a 30-minute drive from here. And it was actually in the 70s and raining, which it never rains at this time of year here. Usually this is the heat of the summer. I actually bought a Pittsburgh Steelers hoodie off a young lady. She had this giant oversized hoodie. Obviously not giant and oversized on me, but on her, yes. I actually bought it from her because I drove to the gym and I wanted to work out. I wanted to check this gym out in Jinatope. And honestly, it was nice. It had some good stuff, but out of all the gyms I've trained at in Nicaragua, I wasn't that impressed. I mean, it was completely enclosed like a gym in the U.S. It didn't have any natural light, no windows, most of the gyms here. Good morning, Dan. Hope you're doing well. Most of the gyms here actually are open air. Like, they don't have. You usually have garage doors open. They have windows. They don't have air conditioning. So this gym was completely enclosed and didn't have any natural light, which is fine. But not my favorite so far. But that's one of the reasons I didn't film a review. And they weren't unfriendly, but most of the places I go to, they're very nice, say hello, etc., etc. But for some reason, they weren't that friendly. So that's okay. We wanted to check out a couple restaurants in Jinatope. Jinatope is kind of known for food scene, and I did that. But I was soaked when I got there because it was raining, and then I worked out, and then I was still, because it was still raining a little bit. I was lucky to get this hoodie because people will laugh. People will be like, "Oh, it's 75 degrees. It's not that cold." When you're going 80 to 100 kilometers an hour, it's like 55 miles an hour on a motorcycle. I don't know the exact stats, but at that speed and that wind chill, plus there's 30 and 40 mile an hour wind gusts as well, and it's very windy here today too as well. At that speed, that takes about 30 to 40 degrees off the temperature. So 70 minus 30, you're down in the 30s, 40s, and if you're damp already, that's pretty chilly. So, luckily I was able to get a hoodie. That made my ride back a lot nicer. Sometimes when the weather's bad, I have options of going on side roads and I don't have to drive as fast, but there was no options. The only option I had was highway. So I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're getting outside. I'm just doing half of my morning walk. As soon as I put this, sign off from here, I'll finish my walk. Because it doesn't really count if I'm talking to you the whole time. Right, Dom? We got Dom here. He's, this is the front gate to where I live. And there's Dom rolling around, doing what he does. But this is the entrance to where I live. Mombacho's over there, big volcano behind the clouds. Looks like we're going to get some rain again, which is really weird. And then we got this big giant tree over here. It's a pretty good place to be. So I have my men's and women's group. If you're interested in joining, the men's group is pretty interesting. It's got a combination of biohackers and then people that I've been exposed to working with Dr. Stillman. Yeah, that's great. 70s in Texas at this time of year is excellent. 70s here in Nicaragua at this time of year is like wintertime. So it's really weird, but that's okay. We'll deal with what we're dealt. So the men's group is a combination of a lot of the people that were following me at Dr. Stillman's practice, and then some biohackers. And so it's a very interesting combination. A lot of the guys in that group are guys like me that have lifted for a long time, and they've got to do some different things. The answer for them isn't getting stronger and adding more muscle. For many of them, it's like moving better and flowing, and they still want to lift like I do, but modifying things to make sure that we're not driving the strategy we're already stuck in, if that makes sense. They're already a top fuel dragster, and we don't need to make the top fuel dragster any faster, because that's just going to take away from quality of life. So we got everybody in there. We've got big guys that are brand new. We've got guys that lifted before, and that's the cool thing, is we can teach everybody. And then the women's group, there isn't an age limit on that. The men's group is 40 over, and the women's group, it's just about getting women to really embrace strength training and embrace judging themselves on performance as opposed to being skinny, and really getting and embracing resilience, and as opposed to the typical. It's a lot better than it was when I started. When I started in the 90s, there was no women in the weight room. And now you go to a lot of gyms and there's a lot of women in the weight room. A lot of the gyms, there's more women in the weight room than men, which is great. But there's still thousands and thousands of women on the sideline that know they need to start strength training, but they have no idea where to start. Or they have trained and they've kind of burned themselves out, or they've hurt themselves. And so the women's group is really focused on, just improving lifestyle, getting yourself in a better place, focusing on training to actually get better as opposed to training for exhaustion, which is most women are gravitate towards, like your spinning classes, your group exercise classes, things like that. And then they have a tendency to undereat and then overeat, that cycle of, not eating enough for weeks, and then all of a sudden they just can't stop eating. So they go back and forth between the two, and then they try to make up for it with intense exercise. So a lot of the women's group is basically getting women away from that yo-yo dieting, I call it, and just the general fatigue is the answer to everything. The answer has to be work harder, right? Like do more cardio. Got to do more cardio. Got to run more. Got to do more treadmill. That's how I'm going to change my body composition. So you can comment Brotherhood if you're interested in joining the men's group. It's totally free. And you can comment Sisterhood if you're interested in joining the women's group. Totally free. I do have coaching programs in both communities. I have a men's 4-month overhaul, and then I have a women's beginner strength training program that I just literally launched, and that's going to be constantly evolving. But my hope is that it's essentially like a never-ending course where you just come and we help and get you better and start from ground zero and build a foundation and go from there. But so there's plenty of free information in there. We do a Q&A in each. Have you gone to the website and signed up? If you have, I'll add you here shortly. I haven't checked it yet this morning, but if you haven't, just comment Sisterhood below. And or if this is on YouTube, sometimes I share these on YouTube. You can just go to vitalitybrotherhood.com or vitalitysisterhood.com. But Weights for Life now, I'll be happy to add you if I haven't already. So either way, there's plenty of great information there. There's a free Q&A every week in both communities. Had a great coaching call with the men last week. And we keep it simple. All the courses in these communities, you're welcome. All these courses in the communities are really short. Like the chapters are like 5-minute videos. Lots about taking action. Most of you don't have like an hour and a half to like dive into a lot of this stuff. And honestly, there's so much information. Most people get paralysis by analysis and they don't act on anything. So we're here to take action. We're here to get results. And sometimes it takes a little time to figure out what you need to do to get better. So have yourself, that's where the calls come in. That's where getting to know you comes in. So we're all just giant sacks of water, 1, and 2, giant science experiments, so you basically pick the low-hanging fruit and then you kind of play around with things, and things are constantly changing, adapting, adjusting. So we need to do the same. Have yourself a great day. Make sure you get outside, and we'll see you again very soon. Oh, I'm happy to answer some questions if anybody has any questions. I see there's a few people on here. So if anyone has any questions, I'll give you like a couple seconds to to ask a question. But thank you for commenting. I've been in Instagram jail again. The the live videos, the live workouts I did, it's not that they were live, it's that the music in the background, Instagram basically was like, your account is in jail for that. Because the YouTube is really interesting, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to film live workouts still sometimes. But YouTube, basically you run it through YouTube and they'll run it through a filter and they'll actually pull out the music in the background that is actually the copyright issue, and they'll leave the rest, which is pretty cool. Instagram won't do that. So I'm going to run it through. I can't do it live. I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could use StreamYard and just stream it on YouTube, but that probably wouldn't be, the quality probably wouldn't. Well, maybe. I have Wi-Fi at the gym that I go to usually, so I could do that. That's true. Maybe I'll try that this morning. Maybe I'll go do a review of the hack squat and why I like it. You know, it could be a good idea. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm in Instagram jail right now. So hopefully we'll get out of Instagram jail. But yeah, we'll try that this morning, actually. So have yourself a great day. Unless anyone has any questions, we'll see you again soon. Take care.